Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this September the 6th, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Saturday out there so far. Everybody had a great Saturday evening. Everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the tropics and also the lower 48. You can see, as we see, exit stage left, a storm out here in the eastern Pacific headed toward Hawaii. Got another little system here. The National Hurricane Center is monitoring as well in the eastern Pacific off the Mexican coast. Also got scattered activity down here across South America, Central America, toward the Yucatan Peninsula, also into Mexico, Texas, a little bit down in the Gulf, also over toward the Yucatan Peninsula, also into areas of Cuba, down toward the Cayman Islands, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, over toward the Leeward Islands. There's that little system here that we're watching that was expected to become a tropical cyclone, expected to shred apart, so we're not expecting any development out of this system at this time as it continues to push across the tropical Atlantic. You can see we've got a cold front stretching from the Gulf through the Carolinas all the way up into New Brunswick and Maine area, and a little bit of activity in the eastern Pacific. Got a little swirly system here just east of the Bahamas. Looks like it's trying to move westward. Maybe to watch that possible, but more activity over portions of the Four Corners region, stretching over toward Washington State. Alright, if you're subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe, also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. Alright, you can see we got some mixed precipitation over Colorado, then we got thunderstorms and showers in the eastern Pacific, from Oregon to Washington State to Montana to Wyoming to Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona to Texas, northern Mexico region as well, down into the central and northern Gulf. Also some activity toward South Dakota, Iowa, and also Minnesota, down toward Florida, Florida Keys, Atlantic coastal waters, from Georgia all the way up to Maine, New Brunswick, southeast Canada, around Ottawa and Toronto, Canada, Michigan, over toward Lake Huron, Lake Superior regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Sunday. Alright, let's move on to your Monday forecast. You can see we got some mixed precipitation over Washington State, a little bit in portion of Montana, a little bit in portion of Utah and Colorado. Showers and thunderstorms elsewhere from Montana to Idaho to Washington, Oregon State, Northern California, Eastern Pacific. Scattered activity in Utah to Montana to Colorado, New Mexico to North Texas, up toward Lake Superior, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Down, and also we got more activity across South Texas, Northern Gulf, Alabama, Georgia, the coastal Carolina, Atlantic coastal water, Florida, Florida Keys as well. A little bit of shower activity over northern Vermont. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Monday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches warning advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, you can see we got some severe thunderstorm watches up here around New Jersey, Delaware, down toward the Washington, D.C. area. Some flood advisories in North Carolina, South Carolina. We've got a few severe thunderstorm warnings there as well. More flood advisory over central and North Florida. Also, we got frost and freeze warnings up here in Wisconsin to Minnesota to North and South Dakota, portion of Iowa. Flood watches in portion of New Mexico. Air quality alerts in areas of Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, Washington, Oregon State, and got some red flag warnings there as well. In that vicinity, we got some small craft advisories up here from Maine all the way down toward New York City. Then again from south areas of California, got some special weather statements over South Texas. Also got some small craft advisory gear warning around the Alaska region. Also got some flood watches inland and coastal flood statements around the Hawaiian chain island. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. This is for your Sunday. Right now we do not have no marginal risk outlook yet, just some general thunderstorm from Washington State to portion of Montana to New Mexico, Arizona to Texas, up toward New Mexico and also over towards Nebraska and Kansas. Then again from Florida to the Carolinas and North Carolina, a little bit in the eastern areas around the Boston area as well. And take a look at the outlook for Monday. It's going to look something like this here, just general thunderstorm, but cannot rule out a severe thunderstorm in that general thunderstorm risk area as well. General thunderstorm from Savannah to Miami to Mobile, Alabama, Brownsville, Texas to El Paso to Tucson up to Duluth. Then again from Redford all the way up into areas of Spokane, and Great Falls, Montana. Alright, let's take a look at the rainfall totals over the next 7 days. The Gulf of Mexico is loading up with precipitation around Cuba and also across Florida, up the Atlantic coastal waters, and all the way up the eastern seaboard off the coast there. And then we've got lighter amount inland from Louisiana all the way to Maine. Then get more heavier precipitation over South Canada, southwestern Canada, also western U.S. up around the Four Corners region, the upper Midwest, also across Montana, down in New Mexico, Colorado, and then more activity across Mexico to South Texas, and also in the portion of Baja region of California as well. You can see over across the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley, mid-south, portion of the southwestern U.S., dry conditions expected there. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Saturday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.